It's morphin' time!
Pterodactyl!
It's morphin' time!
Pterodactyl!
Hi there, this is Dante with Rangers of Wrestling, bringing you your Saturday Night Dynamite review. I apologize for that, folks. I accidentally hit my opening intro twice. Alright, so Saturday Night Dynamite kicked off with Dante Martin versus Malakai Black. Wow, this was a great way to start off Dynamite. I actually really liked this match. Dante Martin gave it his all, but unfortunately he came up short against Malakai Black. But nevertheless, he had a good, impressive showing. You know, I've been impressed with Dante Martin from the first time I saw him. So it's a good show. Good match overall. After that, we got the Inner Circle, who was reunited tonight. And which surprises me because I didn't know. Well, technically, they never did split up. I guess they just went their separate ways. So they reunited tonight. All right. They were basically called out American Top Gun. And Jericho asked Paige Van Zandt what filter she was using on Instagram. That just was a hilarious promo. But American Top Team basically told Guevara to stand up for his team and take one for the team and say that to accept their terms and conditions for a match. So I'm interested to see what terms and conditions they put. Then after that, we had the and we found out Dante Martin's new partner is Leo Rush. So where's Dante's brother? He's been MIA for the longest time. So AAA tag title match. So Lucha Brothers versus it was Las Ranas, which wasn't really a team. As we found out, it was none other than FTR. What a freaking swerve that was. Honestly, I did not see that coming. So FTR ended up winning this, and now they're the new AAA Tag Team Champions. Here's a bigger part. MJF and Andrade. Hi, Steve. MJF and Andrade apparently set this up. Andrade gave MJF money, and MJF called Andrade Papi. So where the hell is this going to lead to? Seriously, what's it going to lead to? I'm curious to see. What about you guys? What do you guys think we're going to get? You guys think this is Tampa Alliance or what? Very curious indeed. And then we got Jon Moxley versus Wheeler Yuta. This was a very quick match. Very quick. Jon Moxley ended up victorious. I was actually disappointed by this being a quick match because I thought it was going to go longer, and I was actually excited to see this match. But, what can you do? So, afterwards, we had the trios tag match. It was the SuperKliq versus the Dark Order. Wow. This was an amazing tag match. An amazing tag match. My favorite spot in this match was when Alex Reynolds and John Silver kissed Adam Cole. What's up? Hey, Rose Montana's in chat. What's up? I gotta catch her. I ain't seen. Oh, Rose, you are missing out if you have not seen Rampage and Dynamite. So, of course, the SuperKliq won, but this was still a good match. Really this was my favorite match of the night. Or actually, one of my favorite matches of the night. After the match was over, we got Jungle Boy, who came out and attacked Brandon Cutler, and nobody saved poor Brandon Cutler. They just left him there as a victim to Jungle Boy. Then we got the MJF segment, who was upset that Justin Roberts didn't announce him for a match. He was basically shocked that Darby Allin wasn't there when we all know they attacked Darby Allin last week. Wardlow came out, and then Sting came out. MJF threw Wardlow in front of Sting, and ran out of there. Then after that, we had Kiera Hogan versus Penelope Ford. I actually liked this match. I enjoyed it. It was a lot better than Ruby Soho versus the Bunny, but more on that later. I have to say, I'm glad AEW is trying with their women's division, but they're still not there yet. They're not there yet. They're trying, but they're not there yet. After this match, Ruby Soho came out and attacked Penelope Ford as retribution from yesterday. More on that later. Let me see. Hola. I swear show. Sakura. Oh yeah, how can I forget? Evil Uno of the Dark Order pulled out Mr. Sako during the match. Holy cow. That was fun. That was a fun little spot right there. I really like that. Mr. Sako made an appearance. Thanks, Rose. Alright, so Hangman Adam Page with a beautiful promo. He basically said that him and his friends left Ring of Honor and New Japan in 2009 and 2019 to basically bet on themselves and start AEW. And they were going to change the world. But the world ended up changing them. He said he lost to Jericho, he lost to Pac, and it was straight back-to-back losses. And he lost his friends and lost himself. But the one thing he never lost was cowboy shit. He said that cowboy shit was learning to leaving to go be a dad, and he had a little boy. And that he's not a fortune teller, and he's not sure. He cannot predict how Full Gear will end for him, but that he will give us everything. He'll give us cowboy shit. I swear show, but cowboy shit. Yes. Oh, not my bad. There you go. Cowboy swears. We got Steve Callahan in the chat, Swerve Show, and of course Rose Montana. So in the main event, it was Bobby Fish versus Bryan Danielson. This is a good match. I didn't take notes on that match because I was actually really in tune into that match. I liked it. Of course, Bryan Danielson won. That's 2 nights in a row Bryan Danielson wins. You'll always be king in our hearts. That's true, Steve. And then at the end, we got the bracket for the tag team for the Eliminator tournament. Give me 1 second, guys. I will be right back and we'll... So Steve Callahan saying it was a great main event. Yes, definitely was a great main event. All right. So in the World Title Eliminator Tournament, we got Dark Order's 10 versus John Moxley, Orange Cassidy versus Powerhouse Hobbs, Dustin Rhodes versus Bryan Danielson, Lance Archer versus Eddie Kingston. Yes, this is definitely going to be a good tag team title eliminator. I'm going to make a bold prediction, and I think the final 2 here, just based on this card, it's going to be John Moxley versus Bryan Danielson. I honestly think Bryan Danielson's going to win this. And I'm hoping that Hangman Adam Page is champion. I do want to see Omega versus Bryan again, but Hangman deserves his moment. He really does. He deserves his moment. So I don't know where they'll go from here, but that's what I think. I think the final 2 are going to be Bryan and Moxley. What do you guys think? Who do you guys think the final 2 are going to be just based on that card alone? Let me see what you guys think. Going to be a good eliminated tournament. Yeah, definitely going to be good. A good eliminator. Alrighty, so that would conclude the AEW Dynamite review. And if I had to rate Dynamite tonight, I'd rate it on a scale of 1 to 5. I'd give it a 4 out of 5. 1 to 10, a pretty good high up there. I'd give it a Rosie Montana high 8. The only reason I don't give it a 5 out of 5 is just because of that John Moxley Wheeler Yuta match ending so quickly. Like, I don't know why it ended so quickly. I mean, I guess they had to be one short match, and they probably didn't want to do the ladies like that. So it is what it is. Let's see. Steve Callahan says 4 out of 5, 8 out of 10. Okay. All right. So I didn't watch Rampage yesterday. I didn't watch Rampage. So I have to say, I watched it this morning, and the Rampage kicked off with CM Punk versus Matt Seidel. I actually like that match. It's a good match. Both guys did shake their hands at the start of the match, and at the end of the match, what can we take away from this match? It was their first singles match apparently since 2010, probably when Matt Seidel was still unborn. They fought each other 4 times, with Punk winning each time. The crowd started chanting "Otra vez," meaning one more time. And 17 years ago was their first match, and then 10 years ago was their last match. Of course, CM Punk won this match. It's a good match. Then we had Ruby Soho versus the Bunny. I saw the buy-in, not the main show. I'll talk about the buy-in right now, Jose. We have Ruby Soho versus Bunny. This match didn't do anything for me. I didn't care for this match. Honestly, the match did last longer than any of the WWE's Queen's Crowns tournament. It just didn't do it for me. I'm sorry. I could care less about this match. And then the only notable thing was that Penelope Ford came out running and came out to attack Ruby Soho and basically hit Ruby with the brass knuckles. I did watch the buy-in, Steve. I'll talk about that after Rampage. So, and then in the main event, we had the trios match, the Men of the Year, Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page, with the debuting Junior Dos Santos making his pro wrestling debut versus Inner Circle in the form of Chris Jericho, Jack Hager, and Sammy Guevara. I have to say, before I watched Rampage, I was certain that neither SmackDown or Rampage won, just based on the card alone. But if I had to pick a winner, well, actually, I'll tell you this who I would pick out there. This trios match is actually pretty good. I liked it. Junior Dos Santos was actually pretty impressive. And for his debut, I liked it. Really a debut match. Of course, Paige Van Zandt caused a distraction, and then allowed the Men of the Year to be victorious. And at the end, Jericho and his team were getting beat up, and then Santana and Ortiz came out to save them, which led into the Inner Circle reuniting tonight on Dynamite. So, like I was saying, just looking at the card alone, I didn't think the main event was going to be good. I thought it was just going to be lackluster, and I thought that neither show won Friday. But if I had to pick, I'd pick Rampage, just because I really liked the opening match, and the main event was good. But what about you guys? Did you guys think SmackDown beat Rampage or the Rampage beat SmackDown? As for the buy-in, Ty Conti, yes, I said Conti, so don't get on me for mispronouncing your name, versus Santana Garrett. This was a good match. I like this match. I liked it better than Ruby Soho versus the Bunny, that's for sure. Hi, DST. Ty Conti with the win, of course. Then we had Bobby Fish versus Lee Moriarty. I think that's how you say it. Steve Callahan, Rampage is better than SmackDown. Yeah, definitely. I agree. This is another good match. Plenty of back and forth, back elbow to Moriarty, and then he tripped Bobby Fish. Hi, Nelly Nails. The jumping stop to Bobby Fish. Fish was able to counter Moriarty, but then he countered Fish. This is a good match. And Bobby Fish ended up victorious. Of course, the match that everybody was talking about was Bryan Danielson versus Minoru Suzuki. And people were chanting, this was awesome before the match even started. And that they were chanting C, which is Spanish for yes. And also they were also chanting, this is wrestling. even before the match kicked off. I liked the match. I did. I'm not gonna say what I thought because you can't describe this match in just one adjective. You need multiple adjectives to describe that match, and but I like the match, Brian. Of course, where's Lollipop? I don't know. I haven't seen Lollipop in a while. But of course, Daniel Bryan did win. So overall, if we're talking about Rampage and SmackDown, Rampage won just because of the main event and the opening match. For the buy-in was actually good too. I like the buy-in. But Randy Viper saying boo with Steve Callahan. That's funny. But aside from that, yeah, it was a great weekend for wrestling. A couple of announcements as I get ready to wrap up here. So number one, because of my new work schedule, I'm not able to go live consistently anymore. So after this, okay, let me see. So I'm not able to go live anymore consistently. Yes, I have to make up a new schedule. I am new. Who is my favorite wrestler? Thanks, Steve Callahan, for saying that. I will probably, in terms of wrestling, I'll probably see you guys on Thursday after Impact. I'm definitely gonna combine Raw and SmackDown this Friday. As for Rampage, I will. Let me see. We got someone popping into the chat. I wonder who this could be. Let me just take off my little banner thing. Please help me welcome Swerve Cronin.
What up, Ditsilla? What's up,
Hi.
Chatty? How you doing, Randy Viper, Steve, Rose? I was just checking you out and all, and nice shirt you got there. I agree with you. Rampage is definitely number one. Jake, shut up, Jake. Just here with Leanne and my dog, and you think Rampage did better than SmackDown?
Okay, well, like I said, just looking at the card alone on Rampage, I was like, no, neither show did good. But after having watched Rampage, I can honestly say Rampage defeated SmackDown.
Yes, same here too. Did you get wind of Tony Khan's leaked notes at his Jaguars NFL game?
I did see that.
That's pretty wild out there. Do you have any leaked notes, Dattila? You got a lot of notes there. The note taker.
Yeah, I do. Here's my notes. I'm gonna leak my notes right now. This is guys, man.
Oh yeah.
See?
Oh.
My notes.
It says dislike Steve Callahan videos. I saw that on page 2.
It says Swerve is the most sexiest YouTuber of all time.
It said report Randy Viper's YouTube channel. I see that stuff there underneath Daniel Bryan.
These are my notes.
Very, very cool.
My own notes. What did you think of the show tonight?
I thought it was as I switch off to my normal self, I thought it was actually a pretty fun show considering it was a fun show, man. You had Socko debut. Hopefully that doesn't mean Mick Foley comes out because I really hate Mick Foley. And it seems like a tweet that I put out there. A lot of other people had that same sentiment. Daniel Bryan versus Bobby Fish was I don't care match. That's maybe they put it towards the end because nobody cares. Tiara Hogan versus Penelope Ford. I'm surprised isn't getting that much backlash. Penelope Ford with the W. Props to her. She's been taking L's. Tiara Hogan just needs to get up her standings. And I believe they even
said, "Damn, you hate Mick."
Yeah, man. Mick Foley comes out of his mouth sometimes. Too stupid sometimes. I'm surprised John Moxley had a very, very short match.
That's me too. I was surprised by that too.
Yeah. Do you think Orange Cassidy winds up fighting him down the line?
Maybe. But he is in that Eliminator tournament, so we got to wait and see.
Definitely. They didn't really break up the Dark Order yet. They didn't tease that. Did I miss that by any chance or no?
No. Oh.
Very cool. I'm getting tired of Kenny Omega, man. Kenny Omega is freaking. He doesn't draw. I honestly believe he doesn't draw. He literally gave Impact rating their lowest ratings of all time, And that says a lot, man. And I really believe that they need to put the title on Daniel Bryan ASAP before the tribal chief buries him. What are your feelings on that?
I thought, here's what I thought was going to happen. I honestly thought that it was going to be Bryan versus Omega 2 for the title at Full Gear.
Mm-hmm.
And then Hangman was going to return at Revolution.
Yeah. I like how you brought up the Cowboy stuff. And props to them for backtracking on that, because a lot of people were feeling like, man, can you leave? You just had a title feud with Kenny Omega, and you were probably gonna get the title put on you, and he had to fight Christian. So he backed out and said, Cowboy is going back and seeing the birth of your child. So I like that. Yeah, I didn't skip over what you said, did I?
No.
Okay, I thought I might. And anything in the beginning that happened? Did I miss something in the beginning?
For Dynamite?
Yeah,
Dante
nothing
Martin
really.
versus Malakai Black.
Ooh, what did he get, like, did Malakai like rub ink on his face?
Who, Dante?
Yeah.
I didn't see it. If he did, I didn't see it.
I missed it at the last second. Maybe somebody in the chat room might have caught on to that, because he had a ink like he smeared ink on his nose, and then Dante touches his face, and I think Tony Schiavone said something like, "Oh, he rubbed it on him." And I was thinking, does maybe he get infected as well? Because Dante's an evil name. Dante, Diablo, all those are devil names. So I could possibly.
Good point.
Right. But then towards the end, Leo Rush had an interview with him backstage saying that they're going to be a tag team. So we'll see with that.
Where's Dante's brother?
Didn't even know he had a brother.
Or Dante's former tag partner. Where is he?
Not getting that shine like he is. Everybody talks about Dante. Nobody cares about.
Well, you know how they say there's always the Shawn Michaels to the Marty Jannetty.
Oh, yeah, he was Marty. Damn, he got Marty Jannetty already.
Still injured, according to Rose Montana.
I would love to see what they do with Leo Rush, man. This is crazy. They're saying he's doing Bitcoin, drafting, doing stocks and all this. It's just like, all right, where does that go in? Like, how does that fit into play with wrestling? Is he going to have like a Bitcoin match with somebody? Like, is somebody going to get jealous of him? Because he didn't bring it up right now. But it's just very weird. Like, I texted him online and I was just joking around. I was like, you have any advice on Sheba and all this other stuff? Just a weird gimmick. I like him as a normal. Like, I like him as he is right now, talking smack. He gets very good heat, but we'll just have to see if they even continue with that gimmick he has.
Yeah. So I had to ask, just because it's in your name, what did you think of the swerve?
With who?
It was okay. You know how Andrade had been teasing that he was going to bring friends to fight the Lucha Brothers for the AAA tag team titles? Well, it turned out those friends were FTR. They were dressed as frogs. I think their tag name was Las Ranas. So that's Super Ranas.
Cookies.
And talk about it being a swerve.
Yeah. Did you hear CM Punk though call it out before?
No, what do you say?
A lot. He said it before they took off the mask. He was like, I don't know, Tony, that looks like FTR. I could sort of tell that.
Yeah.
And then people online were like, oh my God, how can he, blow up that spot? And I'm just like, he really didn't. Like, I think that was pretty cool, because I don't think we would have been that shocked. It would have been like, okay, that's cool, FTR. But then him saying it was just like, oh snap, let me pay attention. Is it really FTR? And then you're like,
Rose Montana said major swerve. Yeah.
I like it because then they're saying that they're the best luchas ever out there. They're the best, and they do nothing but anything except for lucha.
Exactly.
But I wonder what that confrontation backstage with him going up the stairs, that being Andrade meeting with MJF, if Flair would have came into the picture, and it would have been like Andrade, Flair, and MJF, and it would sort of been like Ric Flair and the Four Horsemen, sort of like that little thing from back in the day, sort of coming full circle. But we're not. We're getting no Chavo. We're getting Andrade with two frogs and being owned in the hallway with a paycheck and cash by MJF. So
the MJF, it call him Bobby. Like,
Yeah, he called him Papi. He said, "Thank you, Papi, muchos gracias." He went down the stairs and gave.
He called him puppy. Yeah, that was hilarious.
Oh man,
Oh my god,
I thought
tonight was a good show.
Paige Van Zant, man, she's awesome, man. She's pretty and she can fight. Woo! I don't know. I don't know if he could afford her. She's a legit fighter. Her and Thunder Rosa, man, would probably be a nice little get down. And I thought Jake Hagar might have turned on Inner Circle because he's an MMA fighter. He was in the cut while everybody else had mic time. You had Santana, all those guys talking almost, and he was in the back, and I could have seen him like attack him and been like, "Yo, I'm MMA through and through." So,
yeah, definitely. What did you think of the trios match? Well, I know you said you liked the Mr. Sako appearance.
what trios match?
The Dark Order versus the SuperKliq.
I just was skimming through it. I was watching it. I'm not a fan of Dark Order, and I saw him pull out the Sako. I don't like Johnny Hungy. He's kind of corny to me. I think they sort of put themselves in a hole with me. I think they could have had an awesome heel faction and like praise what's his name? The guy who passed away.
Brody?
Yeah, but then they all marked out for themselves on YouTube and became doofy guys while they could have had this awesome stable while -1 was the leader and it would have been cool. Now everybody was just like, ugh. But I guess the only way they could save themselves, I think, is if Bray Wyatt comes in as his boys, leader and takes over or something like that. Bray Wyatt saves the Dark Order.
Everybody talking about Bray Wyatt, but no one talking about Eric Rowan, who made a one-time appearance and then never showed up again.
Yeah, Eric Rowan doesn't have that much heat. Pull. I think if he can't, it's whatever. He would. I'd rather have Uno be the leader instead of Eric Rowan. So,
what did you think of tonight's show?
Good show. I give it a 8 out of 10.
Yeah, Rose Montana high 8 out of 10.
I would have to give it a high 7 for Rose, high 7. Yeah, it was a good show. I give it an 8. Everything. Yeah, it was a good show. Everything all around was pretty good. Maybe that Penelope Ford and Kiera Hogan match was just a little bit too long for my liking.
At least they tried, though. They lasted longer than the WWE Women's Queen's Crown tournament, though.
They did, and that's Molly Holly, man. A lot of people don't know Molly Holly was behind all that stuff. She was sort of new, so she gave those girls a little bit of minutes. But then again, there were at least 4 or 5 females that fought that match. They had 4 matches, so everybody wants to point out the negatives. Not saying you, but just in general, like just for conversation. There's no story behind Kiera Hogan. There's no story behind Penelope Ford. Why should I care about both of them? Except for Ruby Riott coming out and attacking at the end. It was like, okay, there goes Ruby Riott. Here comes something. But why is Kiera Hogan fighting Penelope Ford?
I don't know, honestly.
And honestly, even not even to hate on them, hate on the guys. Why is John Moxley fighting Gunta, whatever his name is?
Wheeler Yuta?
Yeah, why?
I don't know. And that match is the shortest match of the night.
Yeah, and then how are they saying Orange Cassidy? Oh, that's his protege. Okay, how is he his protege? I know they might have teamed up once or did something like months ago, but he is far from his protege. What does he do? That's that's Orange Cassidy, like. Yeah. And please, and I hope they don't make it. Oh, you got to watch Being the Elite. That's what it is. You got to watch BTE to understand. It's like,
I don't watch BTE. I like the song, but I just don't watch BTE.
Yeah, same here. They want us to watch that Rampage, AEW Dark, AEW After Dark, this show, that show, and it's like.
So what did you think of the Eliminator tournament?
Looks pretty predictable. It looks predictable.
What do you think in the final 2? You think Ryan's gonna be Moxley versus Danielson?
Yeah, and that's what in the leaked notes. And imagine being a Jaguars fan and your freaking owner's out on the side with John Moxley paper on your notes. What the hell? I'd be so pissed if I was a Knicks fan and we're losing, and then he has like a note out there that says Dante Martin versus Malakai Black. I'd be, what the hell is this? Get this guy out of here. But yeah, man, I think it's those two. Daniel Bryan maybe takes the dub, and
But
Orange
in order
Cassidy
for
lost in the fight.
I feel like I don't know in what direction they're gonna go here. You think Hangman's gonna take the title off Omega, or you think they're gonna push Hangman to the back so that they can do Bryan versus Omega for the title?
I think they need Bryan Omega for the title. I'm tired of Page. Page, I think needs to fall to the back right now. All that cowboy could go out the window with me right now. He lost steam with me. They need Bryan with the title, man. If they want to have any chance of getting bigger and beating the WWE, get that title off of him ASAP. And I don't think Adam Boring Page is gonna do anything for me.
Oh, did you just buried Adam Page?
Yeah, I don't like
Adam
him.
Page. I like
His-
Adam Page.
His receding hairline creeps me out. Everything creeps me out about him. And I'm surprised he hasn't been cancel cultured yet with that nickname. Right? Like, but out of everybody that's been cancel cultured, he came out on a horse with a noose and a rope, and he calls himself Hangman. And it's just like,
Steve Callahan.
okay.
Wow, swerve.
Like, it's crazy, but not even that, though. He's whatever to me. He comes off super cringe. Cowboy. But
I like Hangman. I like Hangman. So, wow. So yeah, overall, this was a good weekend for wrestling. I definitely think Rampage defeated SmackDown, even if the ratings say otherwise. But
I don't think so. I didn't even watch SmackDown, and I'm an AEW mark, and I think SmackDown beat them. You just can't have Matt Seidel in a match. You can't have.
No. I'm saying, in terms of quality, Rampage beat SmackDown, but Rampage didn't beat SmackDown in the ratings.
I disagree. I think Rampage blew. That's just me.
Steve Callahan, Dirty Bites ratings. Montana says start and stop push. He lost his steam.
Yep, I agree. As I'm watching the world blow up on this video, holy moly, that's crazy.
Yeah. So do you have anything that you want to like plug or promote or anything as you're ready to wrap up the show?
Nah, I'm pretty good.
You're pretty good.
Thank you for everybody that tuned in yesterday on our crazy show. We're talking about racism and Hispanic wrestlers, man. Attila brought up a topic. If you guys haven't seen it, I have it marked on the last video. That got pretty wild, man. We got almost 300 views, 100 likes, so that's pretty cool. So check that out.
Jamel McGee agreeing with you. That's what I said, Swerve, about Hangman and a dark history behind the word Hangman.
Yeah, because people have gone canceled for a lot less, and like we really know, like what was he doing? What's that? I think they tried to switch it up, and I didn't see it by they saying that the length of his wiener because he'd be hanging like that, like Hangman, and then he does the moonsault, and look at the hang time in there. It's just like, okay, and what's even wild is when they sell his action figures in Target. It comes with all of that
with the little noose, right?
Yeah, right next to the NASCAR section by Bubba Sparks. What the hell? That is wild.
Steve Callahan says, of course, people will try to cancel.
I'm about to cancel it. Me and Steve, let's go up on that. Let's start a trend. Cancel Hangman.
Right. Oh, yeah, so you definitely a fun stream last night.
Yeah, that was wild, man. That was crazy wild, man. But I think we had some good points, man. It was fun, man. Except for that microphone, man. Steve was about to go crazy on Michael Maroney, man. He was I was like, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. He was.
Nothing turns me off and gets me cranky either than somebody that wants to come on the stream, don't say nothing, but then their microphone's banging back and forth in the background. Like, shit. That's some cowboy shit right there.
Oh, my God. Yeah. Well, as for me, because of my New York schedule, I can't go live right after the shows anymore. So I will definitely try to go live after Impact, since I can do that. Friday, I should combine my Raw and SmackDown reviews, and I think Hollywood Michael Chow is going to join me for that. Saturday, I'll probably re-upload my Rampage review, because on Saturday, I will be in Las Vegas for Impact's Bound for Glory. So I won't be doing Dynamite on Saturday.
Who's Dynamite?
I'm talking about AEW Dynamite.
Oh, I was like, damn, that's a look at a man called Dynamite.
No,
I won't be doing him tonight. I'll be doing Dynamite next week. You could see him on my OnlyFans.
No.
Are you going to be doing Raw? Or you said you're not doing Raw this week because...
No, I am doing Raw.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so I'm gonna cover Raw. I'm gonna combine Raw and SmackDown. So yeah, so I probably won't see you guys till Thursday. Unless if you like Power Rangers, I might see you guys tomorrow. I'll be doing a watch along of episode 14 of Power Rangers Dino Fear. Lord Zed returns to Power Rangers for the first time since Power Rangers in Space. So I'm super excited to watch that episode. I haven't watched it yet. So you're gonna see an authentic reaction out of me. Tomorrow I'll be doing a watch along of episode 14. Yeah. So that being said, thank you guys all so much for watching. Please don't forget to like reaction out of me.
Robin? I'm just messing around with the echoes, me doing that on purpose.
I know. Thank you. Go Rainbow Ranger. Oh, this is because I did release a Power Rangers podcast today called Legacy of Power. I talked about the Green Ranger being part of the LGBT community. So go check that out. But other than that, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And I shall see you guys on Thursday for Impact. If you guys like wrestling, if you like Power Rangers, I should see you tomorrow for my watch along of episode 14.
It's morphin' time.
Please don't forget to like and subscribe and make sure you hit that button so you get notified whenever I go live.
Hey, Nutella, guess what?
What?
It's morphin' time.
Yeah!
All right. Bye, guys.